enterprise and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts on how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. A nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? Huh? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man eye, big man, they never try, so we roll with them, stole with them. I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 88. I had enough heart for most of them, long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space, your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts on how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. A nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? Huh? I see you later. They come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Become my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it. And hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. Stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80. I had enough heart for most of them, long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. After realizing to master enterprise and I ain't have to be in school by 10, I then began to encounter with my counterparts of how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections, drugs by these selections.
All right. What is going on? What is going on, guys? All right, man. Let's hop right into the intro. How the hell are you guys, man? What is going on, guys? We are back with yet again. I literally went to look to my left because I don't know why. I've been at this new setup for a while now, but whatever. What is going on, guys? We are back with yet again another edition of the Notorious podcast, man. This is episode 142 of the podcast, man. If this is your first time watching, guys, do not know how the show works. Every Monday, we are on here live with Notorious Unscripted, and every Friday at 4 p.m. Central, we are on here with the news, man. With that, If you guys did miss this past Monday's edition of Notorious Unscripted, that is the production disaster that was the Swerve in Our Glory breakup, as well as the 2022 year-end award preview. You guys can now watch that on all platforms. Speaking of things you can watch on all platforms, and speaking of the 2022 year-end awards, you guys can also now watch the 2022 year-end awards. Hear me and Sir K go over all the topics, man. Men's, women's, tags, faction, failed booking, letdown, or worst booking, failed run, all the above. Shocking controversy, all 14 categories you could hear us talk about. All of those live on all platforms now, as well as this past Monday's edition of Unscripted. That is on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. And if you want to see it first, join us right here every Monday after Monday Night Raw for Notorious Unscripted. And, well, the year-end awards was the stream from this past Wednesday, man. We were on here on the Wednesday for you guys, man, with a special, a year-end special that we do annually, man. So, yes, those are on all platforms, man. And if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official Notorious Heels podcast merchandise, you guys can now find this live on the merch shop. That is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this video. It is also in either mine or Sir K's social media pages, man. You have all 8 of these designs available in more than just t-shirts, man. You have the Chicago flag design, the Chicago skyline design, the base logo design, the Riddler-inspired IWC's Best Kept Secret design, the Scratch logo, the Only Community That Matters design, the Uncrowned Kings of the IWC, the Biggie-inspired shirt, man, and the Christmas merch, man. So all 8 of these beautiful designs are available on bonfire.com. Again, link is at the top of the description of this video. It is also in either mine or Sir K's social media pages. Not hard to find whatsoever, man. And with that, if this is your first time watching, you guys do not know who we are here at the Notorious Heels Podcast. I am Johnny Mayhem, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. How's it going, man?
Going good, man. Going good. Just been chilling out, man. Normal stuff. My nephew, who isn't human, he's a dog. Birthday was today, so we celebrated that. He's 1 year old. You guys probably heard him before when it's his loud ass bark piercing through the mic from across the house, but that is him. And other than that, man, I've been good, man. I've been just chilling, man. Dorante's here, like always. Yes. How's life? How's family? Life's good, man. Family's good. What about you, Durante, Bell, Sherry Rains? How's everybody in chat? What about you, bro? How you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Yeah, dude, nothing much, bro. Just yeah, just getting ready for the new year. Yeah, bro, nothing much, man. I finally feel like I'm starting to get over this sickness. If you couldn't tell by the smooth intro I just did the past couple streams, it's been a little choppy, man. But yeah, man, I'm good. I'm good, man. As Durante always asks, man, I'm good. Family's good, bro. And what about you, Durante? What about you, Bell? What about you, Sherry Rains? How the hell are you guys, man? And thank you guys for being here as always, man. Yeah, man. Yes, I'm good, Bell. I hope you're doing good as well. Let's see. WWE's leaking false stuff out to throw a bunch of dead cats on the table to distract us going into Mania season. Yeah, we definitely got their Mania
Oh, there you go.
plans. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but man, it's not looking good. But yes, this is the New Year's Eve edition of the podcast, bro. Monday will be the actual New Year's edition of the show, man, and it's crazy. It's crazy we finally got through here, but I briefly mentioned this to you guys on the Wednesday show. But again, I just want to thank you guys for a tremendous year of growth within the podcast, bro. This has been such a great year, and it really makes me so proud every time I hop up on here, man. And again, yeah, you guys, I said this on Wednesday, man, but a couple years ago, 2 years ago, we started this whole thing, man. We were sitting here in front of nobody in chat. You know, nobody cared to listen to us, man. We were streaming. We were lucky to get over double-digit views on some of our videos, man. And you know, where we are now, you know, I can't be any more appreciative than to just get on here and just chat with you guys, man, and have people wanting to listen to us and hang out with us. So genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, it means so much. You guys know how much you mean to me personally, man. You guys, you guys sometimes when I'm going through stuff, you guys always help me. Just help me through a lot of it, man. So I thank you guys so much, man. And yes, cheers to a tremendous year for the Notorious podcast, and cheers to another year of growth, man. So yeah, man. Yes. Yeah, anything you wanted to add, man?
Yeah, man. I mean, thank you guys, man. I love sitting here talking to you guys, talking about the business, talking about the booking, talking about Tony fucking Nese, man. I fucking love talking about it with you guys, man. With you, bro. I love it. And I'm thankful for you guys being here, man. 2 years ago, it was a ghost town in the chat. Maybe I didn't even look at chat half the time because there was no point. And now I have to, man. And I'm so thankful for it, man. So thank you guys. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So yes, thank you guys from the bottom of our heart, man. And this is gonna be the last Notorious Heels podcast of 2022, man. We had a great year, bro. We had a great year. Um, man. So so man, we got a lot of interesting stories here today for you guys, man. And we're gonna start you guys off with none other. I'm wearing his
Okay,
shirt right
man.
now. I'm wearing his shirt, man. We happen to have his favorite podcast in the IWC, the man himself. The flag's behind me. It's always behind me. The plaque's behind Sir K's head, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know who it is. Phil. Phil
Bill
Brooks.
Brooks.
CM Punk. CM Punk, man. He's hitting the news again today. He's hitting the news again for the last episode of 2022. Man, CM Punk has replied to a post which stated that CM Punk and the Elite should just shake hands and apologize. So, Dax Harwood went around and he was on his Dax or FTR with Dax Harwood podcast, which you know, I know in the YouTube IWC scene, you know, a lot of these guys aren't too big on helping each other out, man. But look, I will say, it's a pretty good listen. It's a pretty good listen. It's a little fishy. It's a little fishy, being that he is an AEW contracted talent, and they let his first episode be about CM Punk of all people. It's a little fishy, but I will say, I know a lot of people in the IWC aren't too big on helping the other podcasts out, but I will say it's a big it's a decent listen. It's a decent listen if you guys haven't listened to it.
Will say though, if he need, those graphics he uses are
Oh,
horrible, horrible. If you ever need to improve it, man, my boy Dax, you ever need to improve your graphics, bro, hit us up, bro. We got you. I ain't
Dax.
even asking for a commission. Only commission, you say the podcast name, bro. Call us Tony Khan. Just
We're
gotta say
pulling a Tony
Notorious.
Khan. Say the name,
Just gotta,
son.
just gotta say the name on your show, bro, and we'll make it up for you, man. We'll make it real. Look at this. Look at that beautiful purple New Year's Eve font. Man, you know how much cool 80s shit we could do with his background? Come on,
Honestly,
bro. We
honestly,
could do some dope ass shit for that, man. Hit us up, man. We'll help you out. You help us out.
that's right. That's right, Dax. However, I will say, Um, I absolutely love that the song for the podcast that, you know, his new podcast is the old FTR song, the real FTR song. That
Good.
shit used to bop, bro. That shit used to bop. I miss that fucking song so much. And now their new one is growing on me, but man, that old one, bro, it was like a mix of the fucking 80s, but it was like a mix of like their NXT song. It hit the sweet spot for me. It really did as far as FTR theme songs go. But Dax, bro, if you're listening to this, we got you, my dog. My dog.
I know. We
You
got you.
Bro, I don't know who made you those graphics, but whoever did does not need to be making graphics, bro. That
I think
shit,
his wife said he made them.
he made them?
Because she
Oh,
posted an image of him like trying to make it, and you just tell by his face he was just this ain't that ain't his
Dax,
occupation.
we got you, bro. We
We
got you.
got you, dog.
Hit us up. You know, ask your buddy CM Punk for one of our ats. You know he knows them. You just
You know he knows.
he'll get to one of us, whether you message Sir K Man, whether you message me, whether you message one of our mods. Punk knows. Just call him up. Call him up and ask him about the Notorious Heels podcast, man. He'll know what you're talking about. Or if he doesn't, just say this to him. What has CM Punk started in AEW? And he'll know what you're talking about. However,
Exactly.
however, um, look, man. So, again, pretty good listen. I will say, if you guys haven't, usually with wrestlers getting podcasts, it's a death wish. Honestly, the only one I can bear to listen to, other than us, of course. Well, we're not, wrestlers or whatever, but all jokes aside, wrestlers that make podcasts 9 times out of 10 absolutely shoot themselves in the foot because they just shit on the business or they just sit there and lie, you know?
You make shit up.
Yeah. Dax, I will say, for episode 1, he's on the right track because me personally, the only one I can bear to listen to, like the only one that I can actually, listen to it and learn something from it, and he doesn't necessarily just shit all over everything, is Chris Jericho. You can also
Exactly.
kind of throw Stone Cold in there, but that's more like a
Um,
WWE produced show,
yeah,
the
I'm gonna
Broken.
counter that as a wrestler produced show. I hear a lot of good thing about Kurt's podcast.
You know what?
Uh,
His is good too. I've listened to a couple of Kurt's, and he
he
Kurt's
just talks
actually,
about shit,
yeah, Kurt's pretty
tells
good too.
stories in his fucking voice. His voice is perfect for podcasting.
Fucking Kurt, man. So I will say though, for episode 1, he's very honest. He doesn't really sugarcoat things, and he doesn't. He doesn't. You could tell because he tries to cover his ass a lot of the time. He doesn't want things he says to get misinterpreted because how some of these people that
Always,
some of
always.
these journalists in the wrestling community could be. They hear one thing.
Journalist.
Yeah, they hear one thing and they completely fucking spin it into another thing. But I will say, it's a pretty good listen. Believe it or not, man, in terms of wrestling podcasts, I'm going to say it because a lot of people don't. We have a lot of fucking talented people that do podcasts in the wrestling community, I will say.
There's
You
some
know,
good ones, man. We're at the
absolutely.
top, obviously.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Yes, talent or not, there are so many talented people that do wrestling podcasts, and the one thing I don't like about Dax, the one thing I will say I don't like about Dax, on his podcast a lot, he tries to make it sound like if you're not in the business, you can't have an opinion on things. That is one thing I caught that I didn't like, and maybe he didn't mean it like that, but that is the one thing that I kind of heard that I was like, I don't like when they try to do that. Like if you're not, like he talked a little bit about like controversial things that like Booker T says or like Jim Cornette says, and the one thing he had said in there was, oh well, if you have done something in the business, you could have whatever opinion you want. So it almost kind of makes it sound like fans can't really have an opinion because we haven't done anything in the business. So that I don't like. I don't like when they
No.
try to make fans sound like, because we're not in the business, we can't have a fucking opinion and we just have to look at whatever's on our screen. That's one thing I didn't like, man.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
So otherwise, 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 it was a good listen, man. It was a good listen. Like I said, I can appreciate that he's very honest. I can appreciate that he's very honest, man. And, however, he went out of his way, and this is, and I'm gonna read this to you. Usually, we don't read things that people say because it's not news, and who cares? But the only reason I'm reading this is because, uh, this kind of
Oh,
falls in line to what ended up happening, man. So Dax said this on his on his podcast. Dax Harwood was asked on his FTR podcast if he felt that CM Punk was beginning to feel a lot better towards AEW prior to AEW All Out. And below was his reply, and I quote, "No, not at all. Punk was still so joyous to be in the wrestling business. To be honest, he told me when they were going to put the belt on him, he told me that he didn't want the belt. He told me I just want to have fun, but he understood why Tony was putting the belt on him. Uh he understood that Tony putting the belt on him would put AEW in a better light. He took it begrudgingly a little bit. What's up?
begrudgingly.
Begrudgingly a little bit, but he took the belt. I swear to God, you people probably think I can't read to save my fucking life. I swear to God, I can. At the time he was taking me, Cash, Max, Wardlow, Hobbs. I'm missing so many guys, but he was taking all of us out to eat. Always paying for it. He bought all the girls in the locker room Starbucks gift cards and had one of the girls anonymously hand them out and did not say who they were from. But it was from him just because he loved the atmosphere and he loved being there. He also loved the work the girls were putting in. He thought they were busting their ass just to try to get the attention that the WWE women's division was getting. And he also said, at the end of his podcast, he said, "This is my plea to all four guys. Please find a way to make it work. If we can make it work, we can set up the future of professional wrestling for a long time, and we can change the course of pro wrestling for a very, very long time." Wild. So with
Crazy.
that, so I'm gonna show you guys this tweet. So Wrestling Observer on Twitter put, AEW's Dax Harwood makes a plea for CM Punk the Elite to find a way to make it work. CM Punk put in the comments of this, duh.
Oh, this dude.
Very interesting. So, man.
Damn, man.
So, we have a conflicting report on this, being that the news that came out today. But I will say this about the Punk situation. Dax is correct in the fact that if they can make it work, they can really set professional wrestling up for a long time. However, I think these guys know it's money, and I think that Punk still loves professional wrestling. I think he fell back into love with professional wrestling. I think and I don't think he's willing to go back to WWE. I really don't. But it's interesting. It's interesting, man, because if they allow him back, who's to say the same thing won't happen again? Because if the Elite wasn't the people leaking these stories, somebody was, and who's to say that same person won't do it again? from a fan's perspective, I would really love to see CM Punk back in AEW. I think we all would. I honestly think that's where he'll end up eventually. I think he'll just end up back in
Probably.
AEW. But um it, it's interesting, man, and it's tough because from a business side, I could see why you want CM Punk back, but also from a business side, I could see why you wouldn't want CM Punk back because, like I said, who's to say the same thing won't happen again? If this guy gets ticked off again, is he just going to go and do the same thing all over again? Then again, we don't know how Punk is feeling. Maybe he feels super regretful about it. We don't know. We don't know. There's so much from CM Punk that we don't know, especially with the stories of AEW, pretty much telling him to keep quiet. We don't really know how the guy is feeling. But I will say, it's incredibly fishy that they let Dax Harwood, a guy who's contracted again to AEW, they are letting him go out there and make a podcast, and the episode 1 is titled Punk. You know what I mean? So it's
Like,
really weird, man.
it is, man. It is. And they went from at one point not even mentioning Punk's name to allow him to do that. And the way Dax was talking, it's as if he wants AEW to, be the future. You know what I mean? Maybe not the complete future, obviously, but like he wants that stuff to happen in AEW. He wants CM Punk to go back to AEW. And if CM Punk's still there, he will be too, because they're great friends. So crazy to think that from with this um, FTR news about them leaving, he kind of perpetuates that he would love to stay if Punk was involved, which that's really cool. I like to see that, man. And just it's crazy, man, because first of all, it's hilarious thing about CM Punk being at dinner with MJF. That's
I know.
hilarious, first of all. That's funny as shit. But it's just crazy how much the situation has evolved to this point where I think everybody's kind of like, yeah, it happened. Everyone wants to get over it. But there's something that just isn't getting over it yet. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I don't think it's necessarily a person, but I think it's like fear of it happening again and getting all those guys in the same room again, thinking something's gonna go down. I think that's what's halting this stuff from just ending. I think probably Tony Khan, because I don't blame him to be scared. He's probably scared as fuck to put all those guys in a room together again. Because if some shit happens again, that'll go in the news. He looks bad, everything, man. So I think it's a mix of AEW management being scared to let them all exist around each other again.
Yeah.
And if they got past it, bro, just do it, man. And if it happens again, it happens again. That everyone give the man a second chance. If he fails a second chance, obviously you gotta say goodbye. But I think he came past it. I think the elite came past it. And even we'll talk about it with the Jericho part. I think he got past it too. I think from what Jericho said, I think he said that not recently. If I'm if I'm a betting man.
Definitely, bro. So that was the interesting thing is they pretty much allowed Dax to paint CM Punk in a completely different light with this podcast. He did say before CM Punk's feud with MJF, he Punk had called all of the Pinnacle into his locker room, and um and he told them that he was huge fans with them, and he's so excited to work with all of them, and he's huge fans of all of them, and he gave them all like $500 Starbucks gift cards because they all like coffee. So regardless, so that was the other thing I wanted to mention with this is FTR, the FTR side of the coin, and Sarkea just mentioned it. You know, it almost kind of sounds like Dax, if CM Punk is involved with this, is willing to stay with AEW.
which is awesome. And it's I don't think it's necessarily AEW that he's like mad at. I think it's just disappointed with it. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and if Punk is back, they'll be doing trio shit with Punk. We all know we'd get CMFTR versus the Elite. I want to see
Yeah.
that, and you know he wants to see that.
No question. No question. And also, Dax had some things about Road Dogg to say. And what does Road Dogg do? He hops right on his podcast to respond to the shit. So I don't know if that's in a good light too. I don't know if that's really helping the cause. And again, we said this last week, dude, but look, I mean, of course we're gonna follow FTR, you know,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, bro, honestly, like, what are you going back to necessarily? Like, dude,
Like,
you got so much interesting stuff in AEW, bro. Like, we just seen a really cool glimpse of a Mox and Claudio tag team. Top Flight is doing some great stuff. The Acclaimed are gonna be there for a really long time, and they're not, you know, the, they're just gonna keep getting better. You got a lot. You got a lot to look forward to. I think if you stay in AEW, and then if a guy like Punk is involved, that's one of their best friends, man. So it's interesting, man. It's really interesting, and it's interesting how this, like Sir K said, man, it's interesting how this story almost kind of painted some new things for FTR um to stay in AEW. And their contracts are coming up this year, bro, so I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. And I absolutely love another thing about this podcast. I absolutely love how there's really no heat between the Young Bucks and FTR. And I love that because a lot of people for the longest time try to paint the picture like those two fucking hate each other. And
yeah,
and Dax talked about Matt's family and how he loves Matt's family and he loves,
yeah.
Matt. I absolutely love, like, I sometimes I fucking hate people. They try to paint this picture, and me and you have been saying it for the longest fucking time that these two teams don't hate each other. Uh,
Okay.
hey, it's messing up again. Great.
Hey,
Okay. I think we're back, and I think you're right, Bill. I think
I'm
CM
telling you.
Maybe CM Punk's messing with the stream, man. Maybe that's
Maybe
what it
he
is.
is, bro. Ever since he
So,
saw it fucking unscripted.
ever since he's seen that unscripted title, man, what has CM Punk started in AEW? He was he was done.
He's like,
Regardless.
well, I'm gonna start some shit, alright.
Regardless, man. Yeah, so that is pretty much the news on CM Punk. Now, for our conflicting report, Chris Jericho told AEW locker room he'd make sure CM Punk never returns. Dax Harwood, who is very close with CM Punk, recently called for him and the Elite to stop being selfish and work together. To this, CM Punk reacted in a very positive manner. According to Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Chris Jericho told the AEW locker room that he would make sure CM Punk never returns to AEW. It was also said that other top talent also assured the same. Several of the top guys, Chris Jericho being among them, told the rest of the locker room that they'd make sure Punk wasn't brought back. End quote. You know, it was really interesting. It was really interesting how Dax put it about how, you know, Punk knows that, you know, he owes the business everything, and the Bucks know that they owe the business everything because it allows them to, you know, live their lifestyle and whatnot. But with Jericho speaking up about it, I think that I feel like Jericho is willing to give him one more chance if everybody else is on board. And then I think if you give him a second chance and he fucks up again, then obviously you kind of have no other choice but to say goodbye. But you know, it's interesting, man, because we knew that Jericho had felt this way for a while. I don't think Jericho's ever really been the biggest fan of Punk, to be honest. And that's fine because Jericho has every right to. Yeah, I mean, it's his opinion. So, however, I do think that, you know, if we were to kind of move past it, I think if other people were to be on board, I think Chris Jericho would be willing to. But if not, I'll say this right now. Having CM Punk back is not worth losing a guy like Chris Jericho over. Not saying that they will lose Chris Jericho, but you don't want to risk that. You know, Jericho has been there for you since day one. He stepped up for you after this guy messed up the first time. I will say that though, Jericho. You know, I know Punk is younger, but Jericho, whether, you know, I mean, just look at the tail of the tape, bro. Jericho's been able to hold up more than CM Punk physically. You know what I mean? And Jericho has not ever done anything like that to try to tarnish the company. I will say that though, if Jericho's cool with it, then that's one thing, man. But you know, then I would go ahead and do it. But if your guys who've been there for you since day one, you know, are if it's worth losing them over, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that, to be honest. But if everybody's on board, I would go ahead and see what we could do here, and maybe think about giving them a second chance.
Definitely, man, definitely. My theory on this story, man, I think this story is old news, but these wrestling journalists released it now for the clips, because you notice it doesn't give a date or an event
No,
or a reason he said that. He just said it. And probably around the time that this shit happened, he was saying that shit in the back. Oh, I'm never letting this motherfucker back in. If you guys want him, well, people are angry. People say angry shit all the time. So I think that they had this knowledge that he said this for a while now, and they were waiting till some hopeful news of him coming back, of Punk coming back to happen, so they could get some free clicks for the little paywalls and release some shit like this, man. That's what I really think this is. I think it's just these wrestling journalists just trying to get some clicks behind their little paywalls, man. I think there's definitely truth behind it. Like you said, I don't think Chris Jericho really likes Punk all that much. But with Jericho, he's one of those guys that will put aside beef for the sake of the
Absolutely.
business, for the sake of good shit. He's willing to do it, man. And if Punk fucks up a second time, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta boot his ass. But I hope he does it, and I feel like he won't if they give him the second chance. But I wouldn't think he did what he did in the first place. So, man, I guess I don't know, man. But I feel like this is old news that these shitty ass journalists are just using for clicks, man. Because it doesn't give a date, it doesn't give backstory to it. It's just, oh yeah, Jericho said that before. I don't know. It seems fishy to me, man.
Yeah. See, man, everybody's worried about this damn trios match, CMFTR versus the Elite. I'm looking more at CMFTR with Ace Steel versus the Elite and Scott Coltman.
Oh, bro, I gotta do it. We gotta see that. They
Bro,
gotta bring Scott.
bro, they got to do it, man. They got to bring Scott in, man. I'm telling you.
It
So,
shall be hilarious.
so, yeah, so that is the news with Jericho, the conflicting report, which, like I said, that sounds kind of old. I definitely that sounds like it should have came out, and that sounds like it did come out around the time. You remember that story Jericho called CM Punk cancer to the locker room?
And he's probably in that same fucking rant he had in the locker room about his ass.
Yep, yep,
And they saved that part for some interesting CM Punk news so they could get more clicks. You know how these journalists are. Never pay for their
absolutely.
paywall, guys. Just
Nope.
listen to us.
Just listen to us, man. So, with that, man, Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee. We all know Dragon Lee. He was on AEW. He was on AEW. He could have actually been a pretty decent member of La Facción and Gobernables, and they kicked him out of the group after night one. And now there's no Andrade and Preston Vance, but I digress. However, Dragon Lee signs with the WWE.
Look at that. They signed an indie guy. Wow. Bet they'll still change his name.
Shortly after winning the AAA Tag Team Championships with Dralistico by defeating FTR at last night's AAA Noche, I'm not even going to attempt, at the AAA show, Dragon Lee announced that he has signed with WWE NXT. And according to ESPN, will be starting in January. Per Lucha Blog, Lee was brought in for a WWE tryout following his appearance on the House of Dragon edition of AEW Dynamite when they kicked him out of LFI, or wait, no, that's the New Japan group. L wait,
I think it's just one word. Like
La
just two words.
La Facción and Gobernable. Yeah, LFI. What's the New Japan one? LIJ. Never mind. Yeah, LFI. Yes, my bad. LFI, man. After they kicked him out of LFI after being in the group for one night, FTR is only holding one tag team championship, man. I would like to see that. I would like to see that culminate maybe in them losing all the championships, and if they're not going back to WWE, they lose all the belts, and then their buddy comes and digs them out of the dirt, man.
Yeah,
Mr.
helps them out.
Mr. Phil, and they go after the
Phil.
trios titles against the
That would
Elite.
be really good. It
How
would suck for the House of Black,
that's what
though.
that's what I was gonna
That's,
say.
I was thinking in the meantime, I would have Black go win the TNT title because he's someone I would love to see with that TNT title. Have him go win the TNT title and have Brody and Buddy go face Acclaimed for the tag titles in the meantime, man, because
I'm
that'll
messing with
hold up
that.
that trios division. And I'm down for the people that beat CMFTR to be the House of Black. I think that'd be
Yeah.
perfect as a
Oh, hell
choice.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, Durante, bro. We gotta start placing our bets on for that name change and all that. Ooh, I feel like it's gonna be a weird one. I feel like I don't think it'll be current WWE weird, but it'll definitely be weird.
I think it's going to be, and I'm going to say this, and I know we all are cool with his name now and we all love his name, but I want you guys to think back to how it was when he first got this name, how fucking weird it was. Santos Escobar. I think it's going to be Santos Escobar weird to the point where we're
Yeah,
like, what the fuck is that? But now we're just like,
yeah.
oh, Santos Escobar. So,
Until exactly, they're gonna give him some generic Mexican name.
yeah.
So, but at least as long as it's not some scripts type shit, I'm
Oh,
fine with it, man. I'm perfectly fine with them giving the man a normal name.
he's gonna be script sidekick, man.
And did you see his most likely his reason for signing with WWE, which I 100% understand.
I did not.
So it didn't say who was telling him this, but people were giving him advice that if he signed with AEW, he'd kind of be like the least important luchador in that company. You know, you'd have Ray Phoenix, you'd have Penta, you'd have fucking Roosh, you'd have
Pento
all those
Oscuro.
guys, Pento, Scuro, Penta Jr., all his fucking names. He'd be kind of behind all of them. You know what I mean? And in WWE, he would kind of be able to shine away more as just being him instead of probably being a part of some group. And I understand that he probably would have been at the bottom of the barrel of luchadors. Bandito too in AEW, he probably would have been at the bottom of the barrel in AEW of luchadors. So I really understand why he signed with WWE.
So that I completely understand that because I mean, you look at it this way, bro. If he goes into NXT 2.0, day one,
He's the star.
he is the best wrestler that they have. Day one.
Exactly.
You go to AEW again, you're
You're good.
you're good, but just like everybody else on the roster is fucking good. Just like everybody else that
Exactly.
doesn't get used. You know what I mean? Lee Moriarty's good. Hook is good. Jungle
Fucking
Boy is
Bandito's
good.
good. I mean, use his ass yet. He
Yeah,
just like if I was Dragon Lee, I wouldn't sign there too. The roster is just too damn big. It's bloated. The roster is fucking bloated, man. And you go to NXT, bro. You are the instant star of that fucking show.
absolutely. Absolutely. So, thing is, the th-
Lucha towards an NXT, just dumbasses in mask. What you talking
yeah,
about, bro? Scripts?
you got
He's a luchador at
Axiom,
heart. Axiom
A
and
Kid.
scripts.
So, you know, you go to I don't with Bandito. Jericho is kind of talking about how he Jericho said he's a pretty handsome guy under the mask, so I don't know if they're thinking about unmasking him,
See that?
you
I can
know
see that.
or I don't know what exactly they want to do with him, but I like Bandito. I think he could do some great things in AEW if they put the time and effort into him. However,
Mhm.
with Dragon Lee going to NXT, I with Dragon Lee going to NXT, I can't fault the man because you are going to this roster, and again, you are the undisputed star on day one. From the moment you walk
Exactly.
in there, you are probably going to be the best wrestler on that brand. However, I see a lot of people bringing this point up. How many people in WWE succeed under a mask not named Rey Mysterio?
Oh no, they'll eventually have to unmask him. WWE doesn't know what they should do to save their life. They just do the Rey Mysterio thing every time. Oh my god, he's smaller, more agile with those bigger guys, but he gives it all his all. He doesn't give up. It's the same fucking thing every time.
It is.
So
It
they
is.
fucking suck with luchadors, bro. They can't book a luchador
No.
to save their life. So he'll have to unmask, and they better hope he's cool with that, man. So they can't book luchadors to save their life.
No. And, maybe Triple H can do the guy a little better, man. So that's kind of the only hope there. But otherwise, they would have had to unmask him. But even not unmasked, or even, just showing their normal face, Vince didn't know how to do them either. You know what I mean? Um,
Andrade and all those guys, he sucked at.
yeah. And and Logan says, you mean how many people succeed under Vince McMahon in WWE wearing a mask, not named Rey Mysterio? So that's the thing about Triple H. Triple H didn't even care about the mask anyway. Triple H took it off of Andrade. He took it off of Santos
You
Escobar.
know, like, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's
it, the WWE system really doesn't fit with guys under mask. You know what I mean? Unless that's your character. But like, look at Wyatt. He had a mask gimmick of the Fiend. He still had to have a human persona. You know what I mean?
yeah,
They don't like you not being able to like talk
or
or
a face they
your
can
face.
market.
They need a face to market, man, because Rey Mysterio was the only one that they let the mask do, the branding. That's one guy, and they only did it because Rey Mysterio blew up. He's the biggest luchador ever. You know what I mean? Everybody knows who Rey Mysterio is. Not
Absolutely.
everybody can hit that level of just notoriety, and if you don't, you got to take off the mask in that company. It's just how it is. It's just the way their system works.
Absolutely. And I think it's going to take him a little bit of time to kind of move away from the lucha libre style and get hip to that WWE style. Um and I think the WWE style helps out everybody, man. And I think a lot of people are better off for it. I think a guy like Adam Cole is better off for it. I think a lot of guys are really better off for it after gaining that WWE style experience. And I think he's going to be great. I think he's going to be great. It depends where they go with him, though. Do you keep him in a mask? Do you have him kind of trailblaze for his generation? Or do you take the mask off of him? But either way, I totally understand him not going to AEW, man. It's just too bloated right now. It is just way too bloated.
Exactly, bro. And unless you make yourself a star off the gate instantly where they have to use you, you ain't getting used that much. And even when you do, they'll use you, but they'll use you when you got time. Because look at Ricky Starks. He proved himself to be perfect for TV and easy, guaranteed good television if you put him on. Doesn't mean he's on all the time. When he is on, he's great. But now they know, when we put Ricky Starks and stuff, he'll be good. So let's focus on these other guys, and if we need him, we'll use him. He'll be
Right.
put in that spot. You know he'd be put in that spot if he does
If
some
that.
Ricky Starks level shit. Exactly. So I think he made the right decision. I think he did.
I think so too. I think a lot of people are already writing him off. I think a lot of people are already writing him off because nobody succeeds in WWE under a mask. But let's see what they do with him first. Let's see if they take the
Give it a
mask
try.
off. Let's see if they give him Andrade's Playboy gimmick. If it's something like that, the guy's doomed to fail. But if they give him something that we could get behind, it might not be so bad, man. It might not be so bad. But I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt just to see what they do with him and how they do their production on him. You know, because their production can do wonders for a lot of people. Look what it did for a guy like Karrion Cross. For a while, that's all people fucking talked about with the guy. Notice you barely hear about Karrion Cross's matches, but the one thing you always heard about when he first came in was that entrance, because that entrance is badass, bro. Um,
Exactly.
but
They're fucking
mhm,
their theme songs might be shit, but they know how to do a physical entrance, man.
yeah,
All they need is those theme songs, is good theme songs again.
yeah. Oh, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I think he made the right choice. I think he made the right choice by going to WWE. I think they can. I think they'll be able to do wonders for him. I think they did wonders for a guy like Andrade. think they did wonders for a guy like Santos Escobar. I think they did wonders for a lot of those guys. So I'm willing to see where it goes. Triple H knows how to market a lot of his Mexican talent, and he knows how to do good with them. But Triple H always got to take the mask off first. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Dragon Lee. But I'm happy for him. We said this on Unscripted a couple when it happened, but he should have been the third guy in LFI, and they should have actually done something with the fucking group. But instead, we're not here, and he's going to WWE, and good for him, man, and good for him. And I'm excited to see what they could do with him, and if he's going to NXT 2.0, he is the best wrestler on that roster day one.
Easy. Day one, bro. Day one.
So, with that, WWE is also looking to sign more standout names in early 2023. WWE is hopeful that the signing of Dragon Lee is just the start of standout talent agreeing to deals, according to WrestleVotes, with Triple H having expectations to sign other high-quality names in early 2023. To be 100% honest, who in the blue hell is a free agent?
Say who's left? They're all AEW.
They're all
Probably like
AEW or WWE, man. Or New Japan.
Exactly. And most of those New Japan guys are not going to WWE. I need to break to them. They just so a lot of those New Japan guys are New Japan for life. So you just gotta start taking some AEW guys, and yeah, I'm okay with it. Their roster's bloated. They need to release some fucking people. Take Tony Nese for all I care. Take Josh Woods. Take some people like you could actually be good. You know what I mean? Who some people in AEW that are like maybe like a little more in WWE. I feel like this might sound weird to some people. I feel like Sammy Guevara could be better in
Him and
WWE
Ty
than AEW.
Conti's a WWE act through and through.
It is, man, and he needs that company to just tell him what to do, tell him not what to do. He needs to be under that type of company. Ooh,
Private
private
Party.
party,
They're
private
perfect.
party can do a lot more.
They
They
are
really
perfect.
are, man. They really are. There's some people, man. I would genuinely like to see in WWE, man.
You know how they
Get
got that
rid of,
little balcony on the
yeah,
NXT arena? What if that was Private Party's little like lounge where they held their
yeah, the
private
VIP.
party? Yeah,
Exactly.
that'd be
That'd
pretty
be
fucking cool,
dope.
man.
That'd be hard as hell, bro. Yeah, there's some names that not only would relieve the pressure in AEW, but could do well for them and WWE on the other side, bro. Even out both sides, man. That needs to happen, bro.
Andrade.
That
I mean, you think bigger names. You think about a guy
try.
like Andrade. I think Andrade would just. I think he's just more sound for that WWE style.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Who else? Oh my God, Sammy
huh.
Gino, big dude. Don't bring that up, bro. That would be the fucking stink of a lifetime.
Well,
Oh my
maybe. Well, maybe this new Austin Theory beating the holy hell out of him might not be so bad, man.
At this point, I would take Austin Theory beating his ass at this point. Fucking
Yeah,
Sammy Guevara, but
yeah.
god damn.
I mess with Austin Theory to be honest. I mean,
I do.
I, yeah, I mess with Austin Theory. He's been decent. He's been a
Exactly,
decent.
bro.
He's been showing some mid card promise. Reminded me of Cody
He
Rhodes
has
from
been.
2012. Um,
Well, me a full-time Cody Rhodes everywhere he goes.
so
Fucking mid-card god.
honestly, man, I don't know. I don't really know who else is left, man. I mean, they took Bronson Reed already. Um, they took Bronson Reed. Yeah, that's a great point by Durante. How about WWE book their own talent? That's a
They
great
got so many
point.
people they can use.
Honestly,
Ali, like they have this story with Ali. Is it really gonna go anywhere?
it's fizzled
Yeah, I
out
mean,
now.
it fizzled out. What is he gonna do at Mania if it didn't fizzle out? Who's he gonna face? Fucking he probably wouldn't even go for a mid card title at this
Uh,
point.
and his story was kind of with Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins. And once we tell you guys what's in the news for Seth Rollins,
He
I
ain't fucking going for that U.S. title, Mr. Ali. And I would like Ali more in an AEW. So that's one of the guys I would rather see go over there because
dude,
I think he could do wonders from Chicago. We're always at those Chicago. I would love to see a Chicago crowd for Ali, a Chicago AEW crowd for Ali, because he's great. They do need to book their own talent, Logan. They really kind of don't half the time. So, but
what
AEW needs to do the same. But fuck those ROH guys. Book your own talent.
2 words, bro. Johnny Gargano. Come on, bro.
Johnny Whistle.
What's up?
Johnny Sports Entertainer. Johnny Whistle.
God.
That's sad, bro. It's real sad.
Guy has
But
the fucking greatest match I've ever watched in my entire life, and he's running around with a fucking whistle now. How is
Dante
that the
gets
best
bro.
you have for Johnny Gargano?
Don't make sense, man. Dante gets it, bro. Tony fucking Nese. Send his ass to NXT.
Send his
Goddamn.
ass to fucking.
Impact.
Yeah, that's perfect for him, man. Please. I don't want to see him on anything that I watch.
No, I really don't. Dude, fucking. Don't get me started on that, man. But yeah,
Yeah.
like, it applies to AEW too. They gotta book their own people. I want to see a Darby Allin. I want to see a Hook. I want to see a Ricky Starks. I don't want to see Josh Woods. I don't want to see the Kingdom. I don't want to see those people. I want to see AEW guys. Even sometimes, although they're great, I would like to see them more than some the WWE rejects. Now they're not WWE rejects, but still, at the end of the day, they're AEW guys on AEW. I want to see them booked. It's just how it is. The same applies to WWE, man. I want to see them use their people, use their own talent. Now, it doesn't mean they can't go get talent. That should never be something you can't do. But focus on your day ones, man.
Especially Triple H, man. Focus on your guys
Yeah,
that got you to the promised land in the first place.
got
Johnny
that got you
Gargano.
up. Exactly. If it wasn't for those guys, no one would think Triple H is this cool ass fucking booker. No one would. So you got to treat your guys that treated you right, right. Seth, he is your workhorse, bro. You better treat that man right.
That is
It's
Triple
just,
H's Roman Reigns.
that
If
is.
if Triple H had hold of the company in 2012, Seth
No, it'd be
Rollins
Seth.
Seth Rollins would be the Roman Reigns.
He easily would be. Look at 2016 on fucking Raw. Who was it? It was Seth was one of the biggest parts. He loves Seth. Seth is his, like you said, his Roman. You know how many times Seth would have been Universal Champ by now? World Champ by now? So fucking many.
Yeah, dude. I can hope, Bell. I can hope that better be the reason out of all of this. It better be, a little storyline arc. But honestly, bro, like WrestleMania is coming up. Like, could you build him up for something going into Mania and then maybe start a downward slope after Mania?
With Dexter being so involved with Johnny, how is he just gonna drop Dexter? You know what I mean? Like, how is that gonna go down? I don't even know if they're planning on doing DIY at this point.
Yeah, I can hope that better be the reason because I feel like that's where we were going, you know. But now with Champa being out, I don't know, man. Oh, God, I hate this fucking version of Johnny Gargano, bro. I fucking hate it
So
so
fuck,
much.
man. It's so disappointing. Fucking Johnny Whistle, Johnny Joke.
Oh, God. But yes, but they're looking to sign more standout names. I don't really know who's left, man. I mean, you can surprise me, but I genuinely don't know who else is left, man. I genuinely don't.
At this point, just the rest of Sanity.
Oh
If
yeah,
that's still the
there you go.
plan,
I
'cause
hope
it's
so.
still. I hope so. I want to see Sanity so bad in that company, man. I love
Yes,
Sanity. So many people were shitting on Sanity because of the failure signings of people like Hit Row. Dude, Sanity is one
it's
of the best
sanity.
factions we've seen. They are amazing. They were in the best War Games match, and they are the reason it's the best War Games match, that first one.
Killian
They
Dane,
are
bro.
War Games. Exactly, bruh. Like, come on, bro. Put respect on Sanity's name, bruh.
Dude, honestly, bro. People, I absolutely hate that narrative too. People lumping Sanity in with the failure signings like Hit Row. Bro, this is Sanity we're talking about. This is, again, like Sir K said, one of the best fucking factions to come out of NXT. One of the best fucking factions, period. Sanity was so good. Those vignettes with them standing around the fire or them in that fucking broke down ass basement they were in or whatever that backdrop was. Dude, that was so sick. Or again, when they were all standing around the fire just talking Sanity shit. I mean, it was so good, man. It was so
Their
good.
cool ass entrance of fucking a helicopter spotlight looking for them
Yes,
because they're
bro.
fucking wanted. That shit's sick. They're fucking cool as fuck. I love Sanity. Put some
They're,
damn respect on their name, bruh.
honestly, dude, honestly, I mean, bro, you need to bring Sanity back. I mean, they were robbed in 2018. More so, we were robbed because we wanted to see Sanity live and we didn't get a chance to because right before Takeover Chicago 2018, they called them up. So we didn't get that to happen. And they were robbed of a main roster run completely. They had Nikki Cross stripped from them. They came out, they did a complete revamp on their Titantrons, and it didn't feel as grungy as it did. You know, they got
They
robbed,
got
man.
that, they got that main roster fucking polish where you could be crazy, but you gotta fucking have nice graphics and all that stuff, and you know the fucking main roster at the time. If
Yeah,
you were a cool badass in NXT, you came up, they made you all fucking formal and shit.
yeah,
You know how they fucking go, man.
yeah.
And then Vince tried to make his own Sanity or Retribution and just
Yeah.
fucking shit all
I don't know
over.
what that was. You could say Sanity. Some say Nexus. I say like a child of both.
They
Uh,
were, yeah. They had the numbers of Nexus, or they tried to portray them as those numbers, but they did like shit that Vince would think Sanity would do, like spray painting stuff on
or
the
like
wall.
chainsaw rope, chainsaw the ring ropes.
I'll never forget that shit, bro. And bro, what were those? The original look was better than the look they went with when they debuted, but still, bro, a bunch of dudes in ski masks. Like, bro, what? Vince was, man, he was horrible, man. But you could at least laugh at the guy sometimes with his booking because that shit was just. I didn't even hate it at the time. I was just laughing my ass off. Man.
Oh, bro,
It was hilariously bad.
that original Sanity or that original Retribution when they had the stand-ins, and then when they got the original members and they look nothing like those skinny little stand-ins we seen was so funny because the whole time there was nobody the fucking height and the girth of Dominic Dijakovic, but then he just debuts like he's been doing this shit the whole time. Like, bro, your big ass was not sitting out here chainsawing ropes, bro. Come on now.
No, exactly, bro, exactly. And oh my god, when fucking Michael Cole ran from him and
Oh
left
my
Corey in the
god.
dust, bro just got up and ran
Michael
away.
Cole just got up and dipped, bro. They were
You
chasing
just
his
heard his
ass.
headset just pop off the fucking desk, and he just fucking started running.
Oh god, that was
That shit was
something.
funny, man.
No,
That was
man,
funny. It was horrible, but it was funny.
but you know, with Sanity, with Sanity was robbed, bro. Sanity was just robbed. They got that main roster polish. Vince soured on them, you know, and then he split them up. He split them up, man. And then Killian Dane got taken off television, sent back down to NXT. Alexander Wolf was ready to be released from the company. Triple H swooped him up at the very last second and put him in Imperium. Eric Young was fucking walking around like he hated his fucking life, for the longest time.
Or just walked out there like he's walking into work, like how I walk into work.
Bro, 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 bro had his arms at his side, just mad as shit. I mean, Eric Young hated his fucking life, man. He just hated his fucking life. And, it, it was just a bad time, bro. It was just a really bad time. And then Nikki Cross stayed in NXT, ended up getting called up and then paired up with Alexa Bliss. Sanity was so robbed, man. They were so robbed, dude.
They were so fucking cool, man. I hope to see them again, bro. And please, if they don't use the original theme song, bro, give them some new heat. Don't fucking Def Rebel their shit. If anything, let a band do it. You let Wyatt get his song by a band. Let Sanity too, bro. Please.
Absolutely.
Because they will
Absolutely.
just be instantly lame if they have some WWE theme. Some
No
Def Rebel
question.
theme.
Yeah, no question, man. So with that, man, we got, speaking of, we were just talking about Seth Rollins not too long ago. We got some WrestleMania plans. The current plan for the WrestleMania main event. Oh, man. This isn't looking good, bro. This is not looking good whatsoever. The current plan for the WrestleMania main event, night one, Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre or Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. Night 2, Roman Reigns versus to be decided for the Universal Championship. If they can't get The Rock, then Cody will fill in the spot for The Rock.
Dude, that sounds garbage.
Dude, listen, I get where your mind was at
Mm-hmm.
when you're putting these names in place. Everybody wants to see Seth, right? Everybody wants to see Seth get the WWE or get a championship. Everybody wanted to see Drew McIntyre get a WWE championship. Also, that opens the possibility for him coming out to Broken Dreams at WrestleMania. Also, everybody wants to see Cody Rhodes get the WWE championship. Now, how we have Roman Reigns drop the championship is unknown at this point. However, I found another piece of news. It doesn't make sense regarding to this story, but I found a piece of news or a rumor. So again, take it with a grain of salt, but I found a rumor on what an idea WWE was tossing around to get the championships off of Roman Reigns, and it is not good. However, I ask, how the fuck do we get the title off of Roman Reigns to get it onto Seth Rollins or Drew McIntyre or Cody Rhodes before WrestleMania? Now, one thing I seen a lot of people were throwing around is have Roman Reigns defend the WWE title in the Royal Rumble. I don't like that, dude, because if Cody Rhodes, I hate when they defend championships in the Rumble. I just can't stand it.
It negates the whole fucking point of the damn thing. The whole point is you get a match at Mania for a title, for the title. You know, post 2016, it was the title of your choosing. So, but that's the whole fucking point of the damn shit of the damn pay per view. That's why it's pay per view. So you get a title shot. You beat 30 people on the roster, and you get a title shot, a guaranteed title shot at the show of the year. It was supposed to be the main event, but they never make it the main event. Well, since it's Roman, it'll be the main event. But, like, what? I hate when they have to defend the title thing in the fucking Rumble. I hate it
I
so
hate it.
much.
Dude, so I genuinely do not know how we get there. I genuinely have no idea, and it's a little annoying because I don't, dude. I don't know what they do. I genuinely, this is why this Mania season is so easy to fuck up, man. It can be easy to book, but it can also be easy to fuck up, you know? So my thing though is, you know, we have another story, and I kind of mentioned it in here. It goes right along with this one, but the Wrestling Observer confirms WWE is preparing a good alternate plan for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39 in case The Rock can't make the fight. Wrestling News yesterday reported that the name is Cody Rhodes. Why is Cody the fucking replacement? You are talking about a guy who that is your main plan, that is fucking so wrestling is so past him, and we're saving main event WrestleMania spots for him. If this is a Triple H project, let us in on some Triple H things. In other words, Triple H things are the future. That is a Triple H thing. Triple H for the longest time has been a man of the future. He is the man. He is the brains behind NXT, Black and Gold. NXT from 2016, mainly 2014 to 2019. You know what I mean? That 5-year run of NXT where it was just fucking great. That is the man behind it, and he has been a man of the future, a man of the talent of tomorrow. Give us people that we want to see today. Why is Cody a stand-in? I don't know, man.
Why? I don't get it, man. I thought this was a new regime, man. I thought it was. Apparently it ain't. Apparently it's the same damn regime because they want the fucking Rock more than they want Cody. Cody's their plan B. What? Man, you better be your plan A. And Rock shouldn't even be your plan B. Okay. We're back.
All right, man, we're good.
Good
Guys,
lord,
I
man.
apologize, bro. Now,
Our bad.
if Xfinity would let Sir K finish his fucking story,
For once in my damn life.
go ahead, man. You were talking about Cody Rhodes being the number 2, the side hoe in the WrestleMania main event for night 2.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't get that, bro. I don't get how he's your plan B. He should be your plan fucking A, man. Thought this was a new regime with different goals in mind. Apparently not, man. Apparently all Triple H cares about is people like The Rock, man. So very disappointed to see this being in the news. I hope what Bell said is true and they're throwing this shit in to throw people off. But I could believe a lot of this, man, because Triple H, he ain't perfect, bro. He's good. He's been good, man. I'm not always trying to shit on him, man. But when I say he ain't perfect, man, but it
No,
hasn't been perfect. That's just how it is. Same with TK, bro. That man is far from perfect. You know what I mean? It's just how it is, bro. But I just hope it goes well. Please, this is the one show that you cannot fuck up, and they might fuck it up. That'll just be a bad image for this whole new Triple H takeover if Mania blows, and
a-
because I hope it doesn't.
absolutely. Absolutely, man.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, why would that is in itself such a waste of the Roman Reigns 2 belts. The whole point should be someone beats him for it, not that fucking he just. Yeah, I'm done with one of these. Like what? It's fucked. They don't know what the hell they're doing.
No, not at all, man. And you know that Cody, there's so much just fucked up shit in this story. Um, there's just so much fucked up shit in it, man. I mean, Cody Rhodes being number 2, and then Cody Rhodes being the number 2 guy in this night 2 thing, and then somehow getting the WWE title off Roman without him losing, because you guys remember that was the original plan, getting that belt off of Roman without him losing a match um,
Yeah, son
before
of a bitch.
WrestleMania is I mean, dude, just have him just make Adam Pierce, have him defend them on both nights, and there it is. Seth
Yeah.
Rollins on one, have Seth win a chamber, and then have Cody
Easy.
Rhodes win the Royal Rumble. It's so fucking easy, bro. It's so fucking easy. And it is and WWE is making this so hard to fuck up, man. They really are. But in terms of Roman Reigns losing the championships, the only thing I found, and this is by Zero News, I don't I've never really, I'm hearing them a little bit more. Um
Yeah, Seth couldn't be in the chamber. Oh, yeah.
well, then you do Drew
Mm,
McIntyre. Have him come out
yeah,
to Broken Dreams at WrestleMania.
I'm down for that. Seth could either end up beating Cody or Drew. I'm down for either.
Yeah.
As long as he beats one of those two at some point in the year.
Yeah. So, Zero News. We've been hearing them come up a little bit more lately, but take this with a grain of salt. Regarding the WWE Championship, I'm told that there has not been any discussion to take the title from him just yet. He is not scheduled to defend the WWE title at any point in January or February. They haven't even spoke about stripping him of it as of yet. Sources states as far as WrestleMania goes, Roman is likely to walk out with both. Believes double duty is out the window. The only talk about Roman splitting the titles is to vacate the title in the draft after WrestleMania. As been reporting for a while now, other than that, there is no talk/plans for Roman to drop outside of using the draft to do this. 3 sources have stated this. In regards to Roman, his plans are changing daily due to sponsors and network demands.
Lord, man.
Take this with a grain of salt. This is just something I found. Again, this is not news. This is just a rumor. I don't really know how credible Zero News is. But if this is the case, this sounds completely ridiculous. And I don't even think Triple H would be dumb enough to do something like this. If this is the case, this is the cheapest way out of anything. But it seems like Zero News doesn't have a good good reputation anyway. Take that with a grain of salt. It was worth me letting you guys know, though. Again, just a rumor, but golly, that is one of the worst things I've ever heard.
And if that does happen, bro, you already have my winner for the 2023 worst booking decision of the year-end award, bro. That is gotta be the dude. No way somebody makes a worse decision than that if that happened in 2023. If somebody does, holy fuck, god damn. I don't know what could be a worse decision.
Absolutely. And you know what? Speaking of the Elimination Chamber, I thought there was another interesting story I actually forgot to add, but you know, it reminded me of it. So again, this is from Zero News, so take this with a grain of salt. There is a rumor that on Saturday, February 18th, 2023, in Montreal, Canada, Gunther is likely to defend the Intercontinental Championship inside the Elimination Chamber against Braun Strowman, Ricochet, Santos Escobar, LA Knight, and Drew McIntyre in Montreal. Now, I did hear that Drew McIntyre did want to face Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship, man. So it is very interesting. And honestly, I hope that is not a rumor, because that sounds fucking fantastic. That you can't tell me that match doesn't sound fire to you, bro.
Ricochet in the chamber, bro. That shit would be fire, bro.
Santos Escobar. Now, Braun Strowman kind of ruins it for me.
Yeah. Take Brawny out.
You could you could easily add anybody else in that. I mean, you can add goddamn, who's on SmackDown?
Wait, SmackDown. Who the fuck is on SmackDown at this point?
Damn.
Ross? But he's not. He'd be cool, but like he wouldn't fit in the match itself.
Because then he'd have to lose. He would be sick in a chamber, though. He would be sick in a chamber.
Pretty cool.
I want to get some cool people in chamber matches, bro. Everybody knows that has watched me and listened to this podcast for a long time. Oh, Ray. Yeah, put Ray in the chamber. Ray's still fucking fantastic, man. Everybody knows who's watched this podcast for a long time. My favorite match concept is the Elimination Chamber. I love Elimination Chamber matches when done right. The only problem is, for the past couple of years, they have been done to absolute boredom. Horrible. They have been awful. The last good Elimination Chamber match I believe I watched was 2019 with Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan. So ever since that, dude, they have just been shit. Yes, they have been absolutely horrible. But I hope this is not a that is true. He is related by marriage, though. He's not blood related to the man. I will say that. But regardless, man, that sounds awesome, and I hope that that is not just a rumor. Now, it is by, again, Zero News. I don't know how credible they are. It seems like they don't have that good of a reputation, but dude, that would be so fucking good, bro. I would take that 10 times over, man. That sounds awesome. And then Logan says it there. He says if you have Walter walk out as winner, it will just make him look even stronger.
He
Absolutely.
looked like a beast. He looked like a fucking god walking out of that.
Absolutely, man. Yes, it would be incredible, bro. It would be incredible, and I would love to see that, man. You know, have him beat the hell out of Braun Strowman. Should be heat,
That
man.
should be entertaining. Just tossed
So
his ass around.
yeah, man. So that is the WrestleMania plans and the not Drew McIntyre, but the WWE title rumor surrounding Roman Reigns. Again, take it with a grain of salt. I don't really know how much legitimacy I believe in that. You know, Triple H just showed us he could do some dumb things, but
I think
but
he's that dumb.
I don't think he's that stupid, bro. I mean,
I
that's a
hope not.
different level for Triple H, man. I can see Vince being that stupid. Yes, the sus WrestleMania plans, absolutely. That sounds absolutely awful. I mean, I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to please everybody. You're trying to put, some favorites in there. People really wanted to see beat Roman Reigns. But bro, if you have to save Drew McIntyre for a SummerSlam or your next UK show, by all means, bro, go ahead, save it. Save Broken Dreams for that. I think we're gonna get Broken Dreams eventually, especially if Drew's always pushing for it. So, oh fuck, Durante, please don't say that. Please do not put that out into the universe, bro. His first IC title reign was dog shit. So let's leave it at that. So yeah.
Second.
God. So, yeah, man. I get you're trying to please everybody, man, with the WWE title, but what are we doing here, bro? What are we doing here? And Cody Rhodes is the guy. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Literally.
Sheamus's tweet makes me think he's winning the IC. I would do Sheamus and Walter at WrestleMania. If you don't want to do Walter versus Brock Lesnar, I would
do that.
Or, you have Walter lose in the Elimination Chamber. No, because then whoever wins it, which I would say Santos Escobar would just have to drop it to Sheamus. Unless you have Sheamus win it at the next UK show. You got a lot of options, man. You got a lot of options.
Yeah, options.
You got room to move,
Exactly. You do a lot with that IC title.
Yeah, which is great, man, which is great. Walter's made it look the best that it's had in a while. You could put Sheamus in the chamber, but if you want to do Sheamus at Mania, it wouldn't really look that good for
him.
him.
He just loses in the chamber and then gets a match at Mania.
Because I would say you could have Imperium interfere, but I hate interferences in a chamber. I hate interferences in any kind of cage match. It's always a little annoying. So
it is. It really is. It negates the whole point of the cage.
Absolutely. So with that, man, the WWE 2K23, the video game. Oh man, it seems like we got some leaks. Man. So these are rumored leaks. The credit for this is Sports Entertainment Universe. Oh wait, no, sorry. That is my bad. Okay, where is he getting this from? Okay, so this is from a trusted source on Twitter named The Leaker 031423. I don't know how much information this guy has leaked before, but it is worth putting out here as a rumor for you guys. WWE 2K23 leaks. My Rise heavily features Toxic Attraction. I wonder, yeah.
That's sad.
My Rise heavily features Toxic Attraction. Sir K is going to love this one. Lily and Alexa Bliss. It gets better. I promise it gets better. The Bloodline.
Okay.
The Judgment Day.
Okay, which version? I hope it's not.
I'm assuming well, who knows, man? Maybe they could book Judgment Day in the game better than they booked him in real life. Because I will
So,
say, that look of Judgment Day with Edge, something about that, man. Just I get really upset. I get really upset that they failed that, man.
could have been so great.
Seeing Edge with the long hair, but he only had like the top half tied in a bun and the bottom half, and him wearing like those gothic capes. That was just such coming out to the other side. That was just such a visual, bro. And who can forget, bro? You think you know me?
Oh my god, I
You
forgot
never
about that.
did.
You never did.
Who can
Some
fucking
people that we know thought that shit was heat, bro.
Oh, bro. All right. The Bloodline, the Judgment Day, Imperium, the North American title, Austin
Okay.
Theory. I hope it's not
Okay.
Selfie Theory.
It probably is.
NXT Alumni. I don't know who that means.
Who could that fucking apply to?
Damage Control. And
No.
you get to bury them in My Rise too. You get to play Bianca
Let's
Belair.
go.
And a new match type. I hope that is War Games. However, a man can dream. Moving on, the women's roster has 28 new and returning names added to the game. Total women's roster size is 67 superstars. That's a big roster, man. Big roster.
Fuck is it?
What's up?
Do they have fucking 70 women?
I hope they start putting alumni in the game. I mean, you have NXT, you have some of the returning people that they probably have models for already that they just reuse, like Candice, Tegan Knox, Dakota Kai, Io, Nikki Cross. Well, no, Nikki's been in the game, so yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's interesting. Maybe they took from AEW's roster, man. That Sasha Banks and Naomi are still in the game.
Yeah. Maybe they walk out in the game too. That'd be awesome.
New brands in the game. Raw 2003, SmackDown 2003, Raw 2022, SmackDown 2022, NXT Black and Gold, NXT 2.0, NXT 2022, NXT UK, ECW, and WCW Monday Nitro. I am excited for an ECW brands. It's going to be cool, man. And I hope we can use them in my GM.
I hope so, man. I hope so. It sounds decent. It sounds alright, man. But I don't trust these games, bro. I gotta fucking see it. Gotta see how
Yeah,
it
oh
is.
yeah. Well,
I I don't
they're
trust them anymore.
definitely, bro. There is more. The roster size is over 205 characters.
Oh,
41 NXT superstars are in the game, and the cover stars. The cover stars. All right, man. You ready for this one? This actually sounds pretty cool, I will say. The standard edition cover stars are Bianca Belair
okay.
and Cody Rhodes.
And dude.
The deluxe edition is the coolest, but I'll save that one for last, even though it's not the most expensive edition. The Bloodline Special Edition cover star is Roman Reigns.
What a guess. I don't know why they just don't put the bloodline on the bloodline edition.
Yeah,
But
doesn't make any sense.
rest.
And the deluxe edition is called the Feed Your Head edition. The cover star for that is Bray Wyatt. Bro.
Ooh, I like it, bro. I like it.
I don't like two people on the cover either. I hate what AEW did. They did such a... Well, theirs is a little more understandable because they don't have a yearly release. But I hate when they throw a bunch of people on the thing. I like when one person gets their cover. And this year I would have did Cody Rhodes. I really would have.
But you know Cody, man. They probably offered the man to be solo, but he was like, no, it
What
can't
about
be.
Bianca? Because remember when he said he
Yeah,
wanted to meet Bianca?
yeah, about how he was super excited to meet her and shit. Fucking Cody. You know, he probably helped her get on that fucking
Fucking
cover.
Cody.
His fucking good two-shoot ass. Fucking
The
Cody.
first interracial cover in WWE 2K history. Cody Rhodes really out here changing the game, man. Solving racism, man. He did it.
He is, man. You know Cody, bro.
First
You know
interracial
Cody.
cover. What do
I
you
don't
know?
mind it. I respect Bianca being on that cover. I respect that. I don't mind the multi-people covers. I like it. I do like the idea of a cover star,
Yeah.
but if it's not yearly, I think it's just kind of negates the point of a cover star. But I loved
So,
those specified little trailers they made for their covers. Like, bro, that Seth one is
oh,
still
where
good,
he
bro.
burned
That's
down
the best one.
WWE headquarters.
Burned down all that fucking memorabilia. That shit was hard as
That shit was
fuck.
heat, bro. And I love how they threw in the innuendos, in the cover, or in that trailer. But honestly, with Cody, with Cody Rhodes, I think, or sorry, with Bianca Belair, I forgot what the fuck I was gonna say. God damn it!
I'm dead.
Unbelievable, unbelievable.
Damn.
Ah.
No, yeah, Bell. I don't think they need convincing, but I just make Cody jokes. He's
Oh,
probably offering her to be a solo cover.
oh
Doing
yeah.
fucking Cody.
So WWE, I like when I don't mind a double cover, but I don't like when they do it to be assholes. Like when they, like, 2K20 should have been Becky Lynch's cover.
It
Why
just
they
been
had to
that.
throw Roman Reigns on there is beyond me. I honestly think it's because they just didn't have
The
they did
trust.
they did not have Roman Reigns on a cover yet up until that point.
Mm-hmm.
And WWE would have been pushing for it because
With Disney.
they kept doing legends. They did The Rock the one year, then they did Cena, then they did Stone Cold. Like there was no, and then Seth pushed for him, and then it was AJ, and then it seemed like 2K was like, oh my god, we haven't had Roman on a cover, and this is our first time putting a woman on the cover by herself, so let's just throw Roman on the cover too. That should
Just
have
to
been
be
Becky's
safe.
cover, but
It should have been.
Cody deserves the cover because he's Cody Rhodes, and Bianca did have a great year. So CM
Yeah.
Punk got a cover. Well, I don't think he
He
got a
did.
cover under 2K. I think he
Nah,
got a,
not with 2K.
yeah, he got a
It
cover
technically
under,
wasn't 2K.
right, because THQ, that was one of THQ's, that was their second time putting just one guy, because I remember they did Randy for WWE 12, Punk was WWE 13, and then all the other ones before were the multi-man. I remember Cena, Big Show, Miz, and then
Yeah.
the other one was Cena, Undertaker, Jeff Hardy, CM Punk, I think, was in the one of the multi-man ones for 2010. I could be wrong though. Um yeah. Um yeah, Rock, yeah, right.
For a guy, there's been too fucking many.
It's good, man. That's why you have the walking wrestling encyclopedia himself here. Yours
I
truly,
swear to God.
me.
Yeah. Telling
Um
you.
yeah, man. So yeah, but yeah, I didn't like when they did that. Oh yeah, Brock. Oh yeah, how the hell can I forget? Brock was 17, and then Seth got upset. They put Seth on 18. AJ was 19, and then Becky and Roman. So
Yeah.
yeah, man. I mean, it's a little upset, but Cody deserves it because everybody's excited about Cody coming into the company and being featured in the game, and Bianca Belair just had a killer year in terms of match quality, so she deserves that aspect of it, man. So yeah, but those are the leaks and the rumored leaks for WWE 2K23. Again, we'll be on here with NHP Gaming for you guys. We'll definitely be on here for the AEW game. I'm telling you right now, if the fucking GM mode is not online, I will not be purchasing the game. I don't care if the game's got fucking Cody Rhodes in the My Rise. I don't care if I get to come up from the Cody Vader. I don't care. I don't care what the game does. If me and Sir K cannot play against each other head to head for my GM, I'm not getting the fucking game. I'm not doing it. I'm not wasting another $100 that I could save to probably put money into the podcast or my display case, but that's besides the point. I'm just not doing it, man. I'm not doing it. I'm getting the AEW game because it genuinely looks cool as shit. But I'm telling you right now, if there's no online GM mode, I don't care if there's mid card belts that I could slap all over Cody Rhodes. I don't care what there is, man. If there's no online, I'm not getting it. Point.
Exactly.
Period. Point blank. Whatever,
Simple
man.
as that.
Yes. So with that, man, we got news on the other. Oh, we'll save that news for last. All right, man. William Regal. William
I
Regal.
should say.
William Regal set out some tweets today. These are the tweets, man, on your screen. William Regal has taken to Twitter to issue a statement confirming that he is no longer with AEW. Regal will be returning to WWE in January, and he will where he will be able to have a vice president position. However, he won't be able to appear on television next year since he requested his release from AEW. These were the tweets that he sent out. Yesterday was my last official day with AEW. I'd like to thank Tony Khan, Mega, and all the hard-working crew. Contrary to people who have never spoken to me or have their information from people who don't know me, who are trying to make themselves noticed. I had a lovely time working there and had a great time. Lots of talented wrestlers and lovely people to work for. This is where the tears start coming out, man. To my fellow Blackpool Combat Club members, it was a special, albeit brief, few months, but
Albeit.
I'm sorry, guys. I swear to God, I can read. Albeit brief few months, but it cemented our already strong friendship. To everyone there, thank you for welcoming me. Best wishes.
Yeah, man, Triple H took this one up. VP.
On
I
God,
thought
bro.
I thought it was an EVP. Am I just thinking EVPs? I thought he had the EVP situation, not a VP. Not that there's really a difference, to be honest, but thought it was executive. But I don't
Man,
fucking know.
it's all right, man. It's all right. I'm willing to hold in my tears, man. I'm gonna miss me some Blackpool Combat Club with Mr. Regal. However, the
I
Blackpool
really am
Combat Club will be, they will be just
strong.
fine. They are the faction of the year in 2022. Just to rub that in all your
Yeah,
faces
bloodline.
again.
The
um,
damn bloodline.
yeah, man. I love you guys, but I gotta rub it in your faces again. The 2022 faction of the year, the Bloodline, or fuck me, the Blackpool Combat Club. Um, yeah, man, they did some great stuff. I'm gonna miss. I'm gonna miss them. I'm gonna miss them,
Well,
man. And man, William. I just love William Regal's promo delivery. I mean, it was
perfect.
just top tier, bro. It was
It's one of
great,
the best. It really is, man. It was the best, man, and it sucks to see him go. But I'm glad he went out on good terms with the company, man.
no doubt.
And good for him with that position in WWE, man. That he deserves a position like that,
He
man.
does.
Hopefully he could turn NXT around, man. Give NXT to him or something, man. Because yeah, Dragon Lee going in NXT 2.0, man. Good luck to him. Good luck being under fucking Mr. Cockeyed over there.
Damn.
It fucking sucks at fucking booking, man. He deserves to be called that. Fucking
So
ass.
yeah, man, I'm gonna miss the Blackpool Combat Club with William Regal, but hey, I love the Blackpool Combat Club, man. They're one of my favorite groups, man. So yeah,
Same, man.
it sucks, man. It really sucks that this is the end of Mr. Regal and AEW, but we want to thank Mr. Regal for his time um and honestly, I agree with Bell here,
And
and I think that's the better option because I think you give Mister Regal one show, and Triple H
on the other,
can focus on the other, and I think you got a nice, well-oiled machine, man, for the main roster,
exactly, man.
and I think it's gonna be great. And the cool thing about Mister Regal leaving on these terms is if Vince ever comes back and fires him again, he has a spot.
He's got a good spot. Exactly.
He's got a spot, and if the BCC's broken up by
Because
then,
they'd love to have him back.
yeah,
Bring
oh
him
yeah,
back.
absolutely. And if the BCC's broken up by then, Mr. Regal can start the reunion. So it could be some good stuff,
Exactly.
bro. Yeah, man. So that was William Regal's farewell address. I will tell you though, his video farewell address to the BCC, man, I'd be
Fucking
lying if at
sad.
least one tear didn't come down my face, bro. That shit was
I'm
sad.
telling you, bro. That shit was sad as hell.
Yeah, man. Come on, Vince. We got to test this motherfucker for dementia before he ever comes back. But that's the cool thing about Regal leaving on good terms again, is if shit hits the fan and Vince McMahon ever does measle his way back into this company, you know, William Regal can always go back to AEW. They'd love to have him back, and there's a spot for him because he's got a whole faction named after him. I've seen a lot of people saying they need to take the Blackpool out of the Blackpool Combat Club. Fuck you, okay? That's William Regal's vision, you know, and we're gonna keep the essence of William Regal and appreciate the time that he was there, man. So yeah, fuck you all who say
Exactly,
that.
man. Exactly. Literally.
All
It's
right, man.
Blackpool Combat Club for life.
That's right. That's right, man. So AEW Dynamite. AEW Dynamite. No, we're not going over Dynamite. It's not Monday yet. AEW Dynamite looks to be getting a new look. Here are some images to throw up for you guys. This is the images that were shown on a commercial, except for the bottom, Jericho versus Ricky Starks image. I just thrown that up there to show you guys what that looks like. There was a commercial that played. New year, new Dynamite. Dynamite live Wednesday, January 4th. Why does this have like an American Ninja Warrior vibe to it? If you guys know that show.
Game show.
What's that?
I said it feels like a game show, kind of.
Yeah. Definitely different, man. I definitely
Very
think
different.
this is I listened to the sessions with Renee Paquette and Michael Mansouri, so he talked about how they got some cool new production stuff for the new year, and he did mention this, and I think that this has a lot to do with him and his role and wanting to spice it up. I hope they give us some new camera angles and stuff like that, and some and a new look. And you know what? They promised us this shit last year when we moved over to TBS, and they never gave it to us. And it was literally just the same Dynamite. So I'm happy we're getting a new look, and hopefully what is a new era of AEW Dynamite, man.
I hope so, man. And people were saying that they loved Like the Fuse in that intro, bro. I fucking hate Like the Fuse as their intro song. I hope they change that too. I think they will. I
Good
hope
old
they
Mikey
do.
Ruckus.
I fucking hate Like the Fuse. It is so fucking garbage. Yeah, I hear it every time. And like every Wednesday I'm thinking, bro, change this fucking song. This song
Yeah,
blows.
maybe they could
Hope
get
they
War
change.
Pigs.
Oh yeah, look at that. They get it for a show, can't get it for fucking Wardlow, man. But definitely, man. I hope this new look looks good, man. I think it will. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see what it looks like. I'm excited to see this new feel, and I wonder if they're gonna keep that tunnel system, man. I'm curious.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
Karen Jarrett. Yeah, they need to keep her out of AEW.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
saw that.
let's not invite the whole family in. You already got the fucking husband taking tag title spots on television. How the fuck? How the fuck, if I'm Jeff Jarrett, if I'm in an executive role, how do I agree to that? Like, dude, you ain't no damn draw. You're Jeff fucking Jarrett. Get the hell out of here, bro.
Literally, bro. What the fuck? That shit don't make sense, bro.
Yeah. Um,
Oh
at
my
least
god, who
AEW.
lost? Man? Oh,
Oh, bro.
Dude, yeah,
Didn't they get rid
fucking
of that cool
garbage.
rap one they had?
Which one?
Didn't they get rid of that cool rap one they had? It was like,
I think that is it.
really? I kind of like that one. It's like the
I
guy
hate it.
rapping. He's like,
I hate that one. I hate all of theirs.
oh
I hate the
no,
whole.
no, are you thinking about greatness? Yeah, it feels
No,
like, oh, I hate that one.
no, I know what you're talking about with the rap, but I don't like that one either.
Oh, damn. I know, I mess with that one actually.
'Cause I think it's like NF that does it, and dude fucking
Drums come in, you ain't
blows.
see that coming, that one.
Yeah, he's that wannabe fucking Eminem guy. I fucking hate it. Hate that shit, bro. I just want some good music, man. Doesn't have to be any type of genre, bro. Just fucking something good. With AEW, I feel like the '80s theme one could fit really well for them if they aren't going for like a rock thing. I think an '80s like feel one could work really good for them. But
I
man,
I
what
hate feels like greatness.
music, yeah, fucking garbage. I couldn't tell you what SmackDown is. I don't watch the fucking show. I
Nothing will be
couldn't
as
tell you
bad.
now.
Nothing will be as bad. Do you remember when the Extreme Rules theme song for last year's Extreme Rules was that
Oh
astronaut in
my
the
god,
ocean?
yeah, that
Bro,
shit
Vince
was the
lost his
fucking
fucking
thing.
mind when he
That shit was ass, dog.
is SmackDown song "Are You Ready for a Good Time" by Kid Rock still?
Is it still that?
Or was that by
Or
AC/DC? I thought it was
no,
by
they had an AC. No, yeah, you're getting confused. They had an AC/DC one, and then they had the Kid Rock one.
that
I don't know
I
which one they
hated
still
that one.
use. That Kid Rock one is dog shit.
Hated it.
I didn't mind the AC/DC one.
And it's crazy to think at one point, and I hope we go back to this. One of SmackDown's theme songs was "The Beautiful People" by Marilyn Manson. That can we
That shit
please
was
go
fun.
back to that? Please?
Stuff like that vibe, bro.
The
Oh
beautiful,
god,
yeah, I mean that shit went hard.
I
Um
wonder what it is now, man. I like how no one even knows. Good lord, this fucking
honestly,
show.
honestly,
Uh,
man.
just a cool intro song for the damn show. It gets me hyped up.
So yeah, so I was gonna tell you, Mikey Ruckus tweeted out, "Bring the boom, light the fuse," and then he said, "You know, it's been a good time." So they might not even be using him anymore.
I could hope and I could pray, bro. Fuck that guy. He knows. Fucking get somebody else an actual job.
His songs have kind of grown on me. Some of them,
Some of them are bad. Like the FTR one's pretty good, even though it's just a remix of fucking
you know,
another theme. I like it.
you know which one that grew on me, but it's definitely the worst
Hmm.
theme song he's ever had. And I can't believe I'm saying this. Keith Lee's song. Once I get past that intro, it's decent. I will say.
Yeah. True, true, true.
Adam Cole still hasn't really grown on me, man. A little bit,
Mm.
a little
I
bit.
like the vibe.
Yeah,
I will say to this day, I like the vibe of it. When you're there live, it's all right. But fucking A is there what are those lyrics?
yeah. Keith Lee's song has grown on me. Has grown on me a little bit, but I'm still putting that NXT song over his.
It's nobody better than me by Def Rebel. Oh, good lord. I don't even know what it is, and it just sounds like dog shit.
Featuring Supreme Madness. Oh, fucking end
Well,
it.
that's what it fucking causes. I'll fucking probably listen to that garbage.
So,
Yeah, I didn't really care for Are You Ready, to be honest. I thought they could have used a cooler AC/DC song.
are you ready?
Are you ready for a good time? It was that one.
I thought that was Kid Rock.
No, Kid Rock was that other one. What you're thinking of Kid Rock with the Mania theme. Kid Rock had the Mania theme you're thinking of.
Oh, down in New Orleans. Oh my God,
Yeah,
that was
he had the
so
Mania
ass,
theme.
bro. That was, dude. That was AC. Oh my God, they fucking suck, bro. They
Dude,
fucking
that shit was
suck.
ass, bro. They used that
I
song of all
hated
things.
that one.
Like,
Are you ready for a good time? And it's fucking and it's SmackDown. And it was that era of SmackDown.
God,
Give me a
you were
break.
not ready for a good time, bro. You were ready for a goddamn nightmare, man. But yeah, Kid Rock did the fucking Mania thing.
Wow, I never knew that was AC. I always thought that was Kid Rock, bro.
No.
Wow, that is ass, dude. That is ass,
Yeah, their
bro.
new shit is ass, bro. Most 80s rock bands that still make music are fucking garbage nowadays. It's just
Oh,
how
I
it
bet.
is.
I bet.
But like, good lord, I hated that fucking song. But I hope Dynamite gets a new good one. Hopefully they ditch Mikey Ruckus, man. You did a couple good things. Deuces, get somebody good, bro. Get a band to do something, bro. They use like music more so anyway. Get some good licensed song for that shit.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. I mean, you have I'm sure Jericho's got some kind of ties with people in music. Get a
It's
band to do
gotta
something, man. And honestly, going over to WWE side, Triple H, hit up Ozzy, bro. Hit up Ozzy. If you could get one
happen.
of those other cool Black Sabbath songs, you could get like Electric Funeral for SmackDown or something.
That shit would be good.
That shit would be pretty hard, man. Electric Funeral or one of those other songs, man. I don't know. But
I'm dead. Rolling Stones.
yeah, that's
Hey,
crazy,
anything
man.
is better than that original NXT UK fucking intro
Oh my
song.
god, bro.
I don't know if you guys ever heard it. It was British rap.
Bro.
I'm sorry, Bell, if I offend you, man, but British rap is god fucking awful. And it was that, and my god, is that shit legendarily bad.
I remember the
Like,
first time me and you fucking looked at an episode of NXT UK. We were both together, and that fucking song was playing in that part where he goes, "In a wrong paw." Bro, that shit. Me and you just started dying laughing, bro. Oh god, that
that
was
shit was
fucking
bad,
awful,
bro.
dude.
Yes, the Skillet one wasn't bad. I like
Oh
that
yeah,
one. It wasn't bad.
that was Raw. Yeah, Raw. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was good. I remember that one, man. I
oh,
remember that
solid.
one.
I like that one, man. But dude, that NXT,
Japanese.
oh, Shinsuke's fucking theme,
Oh,
bro.
bro. Oh man.
Sorry, Bell.
Bell.
Dude's ass.
Bell.
Dude's ass, bro. I'm sorry. British rap is god awful.
Bell, I'm sorry, man. We love you,
That
girl.
shit
But
is
that shit,
ass.
oh man, that shit is ass,
Come
bro.
on, bro. Come on, bro. That song he did with Drake was fucking ass, bro. I
Oh
think he's the
man.
dude that did the song with Drake, man. Either way, it was fucking
Oh no
garbage.
no 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 no. You're thinking of no no that's not him, bro. That's not him. You,
Oh, I know what you're thinking of, that fucking suspect dude.
yeah.
No, I think this dude did do a song with
Oh,
Drake.
okay. I thought you were talking. Okay, never mind, never mind, never mind.
Skeppa, oh, dude, no. Okay, yeah, Skeppa, that was ass. That was the dude that did the song with Drake. That dude was ass. But eh, UK rap sucks. British rap, I'm sorry, Bill. Shit blows.
Oh,
Dave,
d- dude, it is.
Dave?
Oh man, yeah, it is.
No,
It's something, bro. It's something.
oh no,
I'll
sorry,
never
I'm
forget when
sorry.
we watched NXT UK that one time. Europa. That shit was ass, bro. Um. So, man.
God,
Uh. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope they stop using Mikey Ruckus. To be honest, I thought a lot of
I
his
hope
stuff.
they
I
do.
thought a lot of his stuff was very underwhelming. You know what I mean? Um,
Just
so
generic as fuck.
yeah, very very generic, man. Although some of the stuff has grown on me. Um, some of the stuff has grown on me. A lot of it is just mid. A lot of it is just very
Exactly.
mid. And you know, hate me if you want, man, but AEW's best theme songs come from licensed music.
Oh,
Where is my
easy.
mind? Uh, well, it's not even his song anymore, but I miss that as his song. That
That
FTR
shit was
song they had made for them. Uh, Old School Raised, Cult of Personality, Judas, Wayward Sons,
Jungle Boy's theme, all of
Tarzan
it, bro,
Boy,
all of it.
yeah.
All of
Chairman's
it.
Intent, Hook
Chairman's
song.
thing's perfect.
That song is fucking, dude. I miss when the lights go down and you just hear like the
Yeah, like
do
startup
do do
scratch
do
sound.
do do. Bro, that
Yeah,
shit is so
I love
sick,
it.
man. That shit is so sick. However, yes, man, I hope they do something completely different. Get a band to do some stuff, and I think you'll be on the right. I think you'll be on the right route, man. Some '80s rock music. Although I don't know if that fits the vibe that they're going with. I think regardless, it'll still be pretty sick.
I think it fit AEW as a whole, so I think it could work.
Yeah, definitely. They fit that old school type feel. You
Yeah,
know.
I like cool 80s type shit. So I would be down for something like that or something modern, bruh. Anything that's not Mikey Ruckus, bruh.
I agree. I agree, because light the fuse, bring the boom, dynamite is not doing it for me anymore. And I'm glad we're getting a new look to Dynamite. It's always nice to rebrand and refreshen some stuff up. And 3 years is a good mark to do that at.
It is, man. It is. Yeah, it doesn't gotta be every fucking year. Every couple years, man. Change it up.
No question. No question, man. And with that, the final story for today, man. AJ Styles suffers an injury at a live event and the referee stops the match. This is horrible.
Hey,
This is
that
horrible to
sucks.
hear, man. AJ Styles' WrestleMania season has seemingly come to an end before it began. According to fans at the event, Styles performed a spot which involved him going over the top rope. Once he landed on the outside, Styles was seen grabbing his left leg. With the star down, the referee threw up the X symbol to signal the injury. No further details are available on specifics or severity of the injury. I don't know why they would start that off with saying that his WrestleMania season is over. Hopefully that's not the case. And
Scare people.
man,
That sucks, bro. Did you hear about Wyatt's injury too?
I did
I
not.
think it was at the same live event. He broke one of his fingers at a live event, apparently. It might have been the same one.
Oh, ooh. Uh, thankfully it's
No,
just.
yeah, it wasn't a big injury, but like I
Oh,
heard he broke one of his fingers at a live event.
well,
And after he did it, he went to talk to fans still.
good thing Wyatt's the GOAT. Good
He's
thing
the GOAT.
Wyatt always wears like cool shit on his hands because he can
Yeah,
easily wear a cast, for his finger, one of those little finger cast things,
yeah.
and he'll be good to go. Man, you kind of scared me for a minute. Bell says, I think
No,
they tried to Americanize the rap for NXT UK. That's not the typical rap style in the UK, which is why a lot of the newer American rappers hasn't blown up out here.
I hope
Definitely.
not,
I
bro.
hope
I
so,
hope
because that
not.
was,
'Cause that was fucking
yeah. Oh, bro,
horrible.
that was
Oh,
awful. That shit was ass. However, how, however, um, isn't Lemmy from Motorhead from the
yeah, he's
UK?
British.
Oh,
Yeah, he's British.
please. Why did they ever use that? Just use some Motorhead.
Yeah, for some blades too. Use some fucking Motorhead. Like I think in like everyone like on these jackets, you would see that like or the British whatever fucking flag they use. They would always use that British. The Motorhead is technically a British band.
I was
I never knew it, but yeah, they're a British band. You fucking Motorhead.
that just hit me, man. I was gonna say Triple H is cool with the guys from Motorhead. I was gonna say, isn't Lemmy British? Dude,
Yeah, didn't never made sense, bro. Never did, man. But yeah, the broken finger isn't as bad. But the AJ, that sucks, man.
it,
Never.
it
The
does.
million season injuries always suck the most.
Yeah, with Wyatt, I think Wyatt'll be good, by
Yeah,
the time they do his pitch black match at the Royal Rumble. Um, but in terms of AJ Styles, I hope he's good to go, man, because honestly, whenever we do this, we should have a date down for you guys soon, but whenever we get a date to do our mock WrestleMania thing for you guys, there's some cool stuff the OC can do at WrestleMania, especially with Sanity and more factions coming back into the fold, man. You know, it could be really interesting, bro. It could be really, really interesting. Um, so but as far as AJ, man, I hope he stays positive, and I hope the injury is not that severe, man, because that will absolutely suck. AJ Styles is always one of my favorites, and always one of those solid guys you can always count on to get the job done for you, man, and do a great job at it. So yeah, I hope oh
Yeah, I'm
man.
looking at some clip. Fan was able to get video of when it happened, right? He couldn't even pick up Finn. And then he tried to do the Styles Clash, and he just couldn't do it.
Fuck,
I don't know
man.
what happened, but it looks kind of bad, to be honest. I don't
Yeah.
think it's like bad, like year off type of, but it's the Mania, and
Yeah, I hope it doesn't end up being a 9-monther or anything like that, man. But
I hope not.
all we could do, man, this is a developing story, so we'll continue to bring you guys the severity of these injuries, man. And I really wish that these guys didn't have to work right after Christmas like this.
Yeah,
I really wish, because you know they didn't do a live Raw, but they had the SmackDown crew do a live event the next day anyway
like
at
should
MSG.
have done a Raw at that fucking point.
Honestly,
Like,
like,
why?
why do that to the SmackDown crew? Because then they got to get back to work on Friday, you know? So it's,
Doesn't make sense, man. That shit really doesn't. I hate their live event system. That's why I really hate, because AEW is always there's always rumors about them doing that. Don't do a fucking live event system. I hate live events. They're so fucking pointless in the overall scheme of a company.
maybe in AEW's case, it won't be so bad because there's a lot of people that just want to wrestle and they can't,
Yeah,
you
but like
know?
they have fucking dark. Just do
But
dark as live events,
exactly. Just
or
lower the
essentially live
matches on
events.
Dark and
Yeah,
give people more time. Instead of throwing 30 matches on Dark, put 10 matches on Dark and give everybody, 15 minutes, you know?
exactly. Keep it simple, bro. Nice and simple. But nah, it's
live
foul,
events
man.
live events live events just suck. I mean, and shit like this happens and now people get injured, and it sucks, man. They should have just shut everything down until that Friday, today. They should have just shut everything down until today, the 30th. And that should have been the end of it, man, because now AJ Styles is hurt, and I don't know why these guys couldn't just have the shit off.
Exactly.
It doesn't make any sense, bro. It doesn't make any sense. And now AJ Styles' WrestleMania season could be in jeopardy because of it.
For no reason.
Yeah, man, for pointless after Christmas live events, bro. It sucks, man.
Literally.
It really sucks. But with that, man, that is all the news we have for you guys today. I want to thank you guys for another great edition of the podcast. I also want to thank you guys for another great year again in the year of the Notorious Heels podcast, man. And happy New Year's to you guys, man. And we will see you guys next year, man. It's crazy. It's been a great 2022. But as I always love to say, man, we will see you guys on the other side. We'll see you guys in 2023. And with that, man, it has been a pleasure. Always a pleasure for my Johnny Mayhem.
It does. Okay.
And that is going to do it for this edition of the final edition in 2022 of the Notorious Heels podcast, episode 142. And again, goodbye to 2022. It's been a great year for the podcast, man. And again, we will see you guys on the other side. And we'll see you guys with Unscripted, the New Year's edition of Unscripted on Monday.
Eight.
I used to get pills on the bitch. Now I throw shields on the dick to stop me from that HIV shit. And niggas know they soft like a Twinkie fillin', playing the villain, prepare for this rap killing. Biggie Smalls is the illest. Your style is played out like Arnold. What you talking about, Willis? The thrill is gone. The black Frank White is here to excite. Throw dick to dice. Bitches are like I'm brainless. Guns are like I'm stainless steel. I want the fucking fortune like the wheel. I squeeze cats till my clips is empty. Don't tempt me. You don't want the fuck
Here I am, I'll be damned if this ain't some shit. Time to spread the butter lyrics over harmony grip. It's the Moo Killer Death Trap. Yes, I'm a jet black ninja. Coming where you rest at, surrender. Step inside the ring, use the #1 contender. Looking cold booty like your pussy in December. Nigga, stop bitching. Button up your lippin'. From method, all you gettin' is a can of ass whipping. Hey, I be kicking. You, son, you doing all the yapping. Acting as if it can't happen. Your frontin' got me mad enough to touch something. You want from Shallon, Allen, and ain't afraid to bust something. So what you want, nigga? You want, nigga? I got a 6-shooter and a horse named Trigger. It's real, 94, rugged raw. Kicking on your goddamn doors.
Something like this.
The world don't have to give a shit. Everything you get, you got to work hard for it.
Honey, shake your hips.
You don't stop.
Niggas pack the clip.
Keep on. Fuck the world don't have to give a shit. Everything you get, you got to work hard for it.
Honey, shake your hips.
You don't stop.
Niggas pack the clip.
Keep on. Verse 2. Coming with that OE brew. Met the cow, putting niggas back in ICU. I'm lifted, true. You can bring your whack